Hello, it's Doris with Audiobooks, and I'm here to wish Kendra Winchester a very, very happy 30th birthday. Happy birthday, Kendra. Decade birthdays are extra special, and I know from personal experience that a decade birthday during a pandemic is just next level. So I hope your day and your month is just awesome in every way. So we have a tag. Her husband, Sam Winchester, came up with a most excellent tag to wish her a happy birthday. So I am just going to dive right in. This is just a really fabulous stack of books. So question number one is your favorite Virginia Woolf book. So I am negligent in my Virginia Woolf reading. I have only read To the Lighthouse, and while it was good, I am sure that it is not my favorite Virginia Woolf. So I'm thinking that Mrs. Dalloway is going to be my favorite Virginia Woolf. I have not read it yet, but look at that. I have absolutely high hopes for it. Question number two is your favorite food-related reading. And for that one, I'm going to come forward with a buddy read with Kendra herself. The Pot Liquor Papers, A Food History of the Modern South by John T. Edge. I saw her talk about this from a book outlet order, and if you don't follow Kendra for her book outlet excursions, you really need to. She finds some good stuff over there. This one was so much more. Like, I thought it was going to be more the actual dishes, which it was, but this was just such a lovely peek into the social connotations of food in the South and how food brings us together, and it can bring us together even more in this modern era where people are so polarized. So really enjoyed reading that. The next one is a fantasy, your favorite fantasy. Well, my favorite fantasy is Tolkien. The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings was the Harry Potter of my era. But I'm not going to go with that one today. I'm going to go with a new favorite, a recent read, which was the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. I just finished the third one in this last month, I believe, and thoroughly enjoyed it. Getting away from the elf scene, but still lots of magic in a unique and new and wonderful way. The next one is a book from Appalachia. And for that, I'm going with West by Karis Davies. Really, really enjoyed this as well. I enjoyed all of these, so I'm going to try to quit saying that. But it's hard not to gush about books that you love, am I right? So this little novella just is, to me, a very Kendra book. It packs a lot of nuance and deep insight and interpretation, themes. Oh, so good, so good. It's about a man who, this is back in the day, settler years. We're still in the colonies in the U.S., and he starts reading news articles and about fossils and thinks that, you know, the woolly mammoth is still alive and roaming the earth. And so he sets off from his home into, I guess, the wilds of Kentucky. Yeah. And leaves his daughter behind. So really cool. Really cool. Number 5, audiobooks. Your favorite audiobook. So for that one, I just adore a good accent, and Jess Kidd is one of my new favorite authors. I've read all of her works now, So I'm at the point of anxiously awaiting her next release. However, her most recent Things in Jars just came out, so I guess I'm gonna wait a year or two. But hurry up, hurry up. I love your writing, Just Kid. This one is my favorite, and on audiobook, a good Irish accent, you cannot go wrong in my opinion. And this one has ghosts and they're so charming. I loved this so much. Number 6, a book that reminds you of Kendra, or one that Kendra recommended. Well, I had the great good fortune to read How to Be Both with Kendra, and she is a phenomenal buddy reader. Oh my goodness. So I believe I've heard her mention, excuse me, before, that she is a Ravenclaw. And I can believe it. Her research skills are next level. When she gets immersed in a book, she deep dives into it. So I really benefited from that, reading this book with her. Learned so much about everything involved with the text. And this was just such a rich read in itself. And then with Kendra was just really rich reading experience. Number 7, a book from your favorite woman author. Oh my gosh, who would that be? I love so many. You know, Just Kid's great, and Amy Tan, I've read all of her works and consider her a favorite, but I'm going to go with a recent read again, and a woman whose works I am working on reading all of. She's quite prolific, but Barbara Kingsolver. I love a good novel that explores a social issue or an environmental issue, cultural issues, and Barbara Kingsolver, we're on the same wavelength. So I'm really enjoying going through all of Barbara Kingsolver's work. Poisonwood Bible is one of my all-time favorite reads, and this one, I am having a hard time deciding which is my favorite between Poisonwood Bible and The Lacuna. So for one author to have 2 all-time favorite reads, I would say Barbara Kingsolver is, you know, one of my favorite authors for sure. So this one, oh wow, deals with the Red Scare. And it has so many overtures to modern times. And it's so relevant to the times we're in today. So yes, yes. What number are we on? 8. Number 8, a book with a character that reminds you of Kendra. So, this one's a little bit of a, you know, my spin on the prompt, but I'm going to go with Gilead by Marilyn Robinson for this one. And I wouldn't say any specific character in this reminds me of Kendra per se, but I have heard Kendra talk about this book so many times, and from the very first time I read it, I heard her talk about it, I knew this was going to be a Doris book. And, you know, thematically, deep, rich themes and nuanced writing for sure. But this one has religious and faith overtones, and that's something that I know Kendra appreciates as well, and dealing with those in a balanced way. So, yeah, there's my character. And this, oh, goodness, was it beautiful. I think I put it off so long because I was just delaying that gratification because I knew it was a sure thing, and it was. Oh my goodness, it was. Number 9, a book with a birthday party. So, oh, I haven't mentioned this book in quite a while. So I always look for an opportunity. This is a gem of a read, and I just haven't heard many people ever talk about it. I read it a couple 3 years ago. The Agony of Bun O'Keefe by Heather Smith. This is set in Newfoundland, and it's a girl who, I forget, I need to reread it, don't I? I forget why her father had to leave the family, but she's raised by her mother, who has some mental issues, and she ends up kicking her out of the house when she's, I think, 16. So she's led a kind of an isolated life, so is a bit innocent and naive. But she ends up finding her own new family, this, band of, I guess, misfits, and she fits right in, and it's just lovely. So the birthday party in here, I guess her father had taken the birth certificate somehow, so she didn't actually know her birthday. So she just knew that anytime her mom started, she has an adopted birthday, and anytime her mom started singing Love Me Tender, she knew that it was time to celebrate her birthday. So yes, there you go. Great read. And last, a Reading Women Award winner that you loved, and that would be Educated by Tara Westover. If you didn't know, Kendra is on the Reading Women, the founder of the Reading Women, one of the founders of the Reading Women podcast. Reclaim half the bookshelf. So every year they award a nonfiction and a fiction title. So this is one of the nonfiction titles. It's a memoir of her life growing up in a kind of a fundamentalist family that didn't believe in government and education, and how she came out of that and educated herself, or got herself educated, I should say. Excellent dynamic read. So bonus birthday wish is a book you would recommend for Kendra. So I think all of these are Kendra books, and obviously she's read half of them already. So yes, definitely 5. So these are the ones that I think she's probably read a couple of these as well. So let us know, Kendra, if you've read these and which one you might be interested in if you haven't read it. So happy birthday to you, and yes, happy birthday. And thanks so much, everyone, for watching, and I will be back soon. Bye.